good news coming in at the top of this hour. India has achieved a great feat in the defense sector as the country's exports have hit an all-time high. Now, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has stated that Indian defence exports have scaled to unprecedented heights and crossed the rupees 21,000 crore mark for the very first time in the history of independent India. Now, the overall defence exports grew 21-fold in the last decade. This growth story is a result of a policy of push-forward public-private partnership in the defence sector. With policies like an import ban on range of systems and parts and increasing FDI from 49 to 74%, India has sharpened focus on the defence manufacturing sector for the last 6 or so years. Once a non-existent private sector now contributes a whopping 60% of the total defence exports during the last fiscal year. India is on its way to achieve the target of rupees 35,000 crore defence exports in the financial year 2024-25. Several key deals have also been inked. We just gotten to know that Dornier aircrafts have been delivered by India to Guyana as well, and their president in fact hailed this as well. My colleague Brian Anthony Thomas joins us on the broadcast. Brian, lovely news coming in this morning. Record defence exports for India.
Definitely, Pia, great news where the export of defense and aerospace equipment has been steady upward trajectory, reaching a historic high of rupees 21,082 crore, which is approximately 2.60 billion US dollars, and in this very financial year 23-24, fiscal year 24, marking a remarkable 32.5% increase from the previous year's figures of rupees 15,920 crore. And these figures also, Pia, underscore a staggering growth of 31 times in defense exports over the past decades. And even the MOD has attributed this achievement to the concerted efforts of the defense industry, including both the private and the defense public sector undertaking, and notably the private sector and the DPSUs also contributed approximately 60% and 40% respectively to the record-breaking defense exports. And even during the fiscal year 2024 also, there has been a notable surge in the issuance of export authorization to defense exporters, and the number of export also authorization increased from 1,414 in fiscal year 23 to 1,507 in fiscal year 2024, indicating a growth, interest and capacity in the defense export sector. And there is a comparative data also which spans 2 decades, from 2004 to 2005 to 2013 to 2014 and 2014 to 15 to 23-24 reveals an exponential growth trajectory in defense exports, and the total defense exports during the former period amounted to rupees 4,312 crores, surging to a significant 88,319 crore in the latter period, showcasing a remarkable 21-fold increase. And even in this recognition of this milestone, also Defence Minister Rajnath Singh also took to social media platform to congratulate all his stakeholders involved in achieving this feat. And the MOD also attributes this remarkable growth to policy reforms and initiatives aimed at enhancing the ease of doing business in defense sector. Additionally, the provision of end-to-end digital solution to Indian industries that played a pivotal role in promoting defense exports, and this growth is a testament to the global acceptance of Indian defense products and technologies, reflecting India's increasing prowess in the international defense market.
Indeed, it is reflective of India's burgeoning prowess in the international defense market, as you've put it. Brian, also joining us on the broadcast this morning is Group Captain UK Devnath, defense expert. Good morning and thank you for joining us on NewsX. Now, there's been a 21-fold increase in India's defense exports over the last decade. We've crossed a record mark of rupees 21,000 crore defense exports. Now, Now, a key reason which this has been attributed to is FDI, which has ballooned from 49 to 74%. Additionally, the private sector is also touted as one of the key factors for our burgeoning defense exports, which private sector in fact contributed about 60% of our total defense exports. Do you think India is on the trajectory to becoming a major defense export hub?
Yes, Pia, very, very positive development in last few years. It is all due to Government of India taking many incentives and initiatives to ensure that our defense PSUs, ordnance factories, and especially our private entrepreneurs are given a level playing field. It goes without saying that private sector has to contribute a lot. A lot of credit goes to our young entrepreneurs, startups who have done a wonderful work. Also, another very, very distinct thing which is noticeable is earlier we used to export in defense sector only small items, spare parts, small caliber ammunition and small bombs. But now India is also exporting capital defense equipment. We are exporting BrahMos missile. We are exporting Akash surface to air defense missile system. Now we are exporting Dornier aircraft. It goes without saying that our defense exports in coming years will increase many folds. Target is 35,000 crore rupees by end of 2026-27. Pia, there are certain things which Government of India can do to increase exports in defense sector further. These will include making our friendly countries, their defense attaches, when they come to India, make them visit our PSUs, our ordnance factories, our private sectors. Many countries in the world, especially African countries and Southeast Asian countries, they are importing small weapons from other countries because they are not aware about India's potential to supply them with many of their defense needs. So Government of India is slowly taking initiative now. Any defense attaché of a foreign country who is invited for, say, 15th August Independence Day ceremony or 26th January Republic Day parade, or when they are invited to see firepower demonstration by Indian Army or Indian Navy or Indian Air Force, simultaneously they are taken to our ordnance factories and PSUs to show that what is the capability of our industry. There are certain restrictions. Till now, any private or defense PSU cannot export, obviously, to many countries who are not so friendly with us. So that is an area which needs to be explored. Countries who are not our enemies exactly, but they are not very friendly also. So Ministry of External Affairs and MOD have to take a special look at this category of countries. If certain waivers are given by Government of India, our exports to this class of countries, that is countries who are not our enemies but are certainly not our friends also, neutral countries. If we can export to them also, then our export potential will rise many folds. Yes, Pia?
Indeed, and also joining us on the broadcast this morning is Wing Commander Praful Bakshi, defense expert. I'd like to take ahead, some of the key points mentioned by Group Captain Devnath. This, of course, pertaining to some major deals that India has, in fact, inked with several other countries as far as our defense exports are concerned, whether it's the Akash missile system with Armenia, the Dornier 228 aircraft with Guyana, as well as the BrahMos missile, the taller $23 million deal with the Philippines. Is this testament to India's burgeoning prowess as a defense exporter? And what do you think is next for India as far as manufacturing and exporting of defense equipment is concerned? Wing Commander Bakshi, can you hear me?
Pia, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, loud and clear.
Okay. Pia, your echo is coming. I just want to know, how can you remove it? Now can you hear me?
Yes, sir, loud and clear.
Okay. Right, Pia, as you are mentioning, we are getting a lot of orders. Our export is increasing. Our export is going to by next about 6 to 7 years will cross 20,000 crore mark, and by 2047 we will be totally self-sufficient. In fact, by 2033, as the thing is. But question is, are we going to start manufacturing the key factors which are required for the success of a weapon system? So the most important thing is, will we get self-sufficiency in making engines? If you make an aircraft and you don't make an engine, you have not made an aircraft. It will be HF-24 story. You will have to ground it ultimately because the suppliers will stop you. So is the case with other key elements like target acquisition radar, weapon delivery systems. There will be various coming up. Well, delivery system and weapon systems will be coming. So to make an aircraft or make a tank, whatever the case may be, your main thing is your target acquisition, weapon launching system, and by itself, the aircraft, the design, that of course we have proven ourselves. HF-24 we made, that aircraft was Mark 2.6 cleared. Imagine, I'll repeat, 2.6, the speed of sound, it was cleared in the test bench, but there was no engine. That is the only aircraft which I've seen and I've flown which could cross supersonic without afterburner. It means it has a supersonic cruise capability, but we did not have an engine. So this is the main thing which we have to require. But the ancillary units which we also will come up for manufacturing, when we become self-sufficient, means we start putting our private industry into the game, then our total technology amongst the youth start increasing. The total socio-economic structure in civil aviation, in military aviation, military industry increases. Like every country you see, like Germany, America, France, they all are private industry. We have to get out of this lacuna of not having private industries. That is what we are going to emphasize upon. And then when we start supplying to our local countries around, our foreign policy starts becoming strong. As France has told us, they will give us the engine. Once they give us the engine, we will not have that American problem of giving 404, then 414, and then stopping the supply. That is why in 1998, when we went nuclear, America stopped the supply of the spare parts, crucial spare parts. LCA program was, that's why put in hold. So we don't want to have that American story repeated on us again. This is where the problem will come. So, Pia, I hope our policies have to be changed and will be changed successfully, but we have to concentrate on exports, and export will only take place when we make the crucial parts of the aircraft and the engine and all those things. The metallurgy, engine metallurgy is our weakest point. We still have problem with compressor blades and all those things. And that is why Kaveri engine is having a problem. So we have to look at our problem first. We can always make ourselves happy by very grand statements, but I have to speak the truth. And the truth lies here, that this is what we have to do. Until unless we do this, we can only impress by each other by percentage figures, but that won't suffice.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.